In July, Netflix almost reached the $500 round number, but since then, price has declined by 26%. And if the weakness continues, Netflix could find itself falling down to $300 a share. In today's video, I'm going to take you through Netflix and see whether there's a buying opportunity or whether the price is likely to continue falling further. But before we get to Netflix, we're going to look at the S&P 500 to get the bigger picture of the overall market. So let's look at the three screen setup here. We have the monthly time frame in the top left hand corner, which includes the major levels of support and resistance, which you can see by the horizontal lines. The top right hand corner is displaying the weekly time frame. We have trend filter colors, so green when price is bullish, red when price is bearish, and gray when price is forming corrections and areas of consolidation. And the same trend filter colors here on the daily time frame along the bottom, and the weekly and the daily also include moving averages. So the blue line is the 20 simple moving average, the orange line is the 50 simple moving average, and the black line here is the 200 simple moving average. So let's look at the S&P on the monthly time frame. So I'm just going to zoom right out, and we can see that the long-term trend is bullish. So I'm marking it from this low back in 2009. Price has been moving to the upside ever since. Yes, there's been some deep corrections and areas of consolidation along the way up, but price has consistently been moving up and forming higher highs and higher lows. Recently, price formed this area of consolidation. So the high is marked by this green line, which is the high of last year at $4,818. And the red line is the low of last year, and that's at $3,494. So price has been consolidating or moving sideways within this range here, so between support and resistance. So we had a bounce from support in October last year. Price has been slowly moving up and recently pulled back from July. So the July high price declined, and from the high, price has now pulled back 7%. At the lowest point, it was around 8%, but the price has now bounced up and is starting to move to the upside. So what we want to see now is that price has found some form of support. We want to see the buyers push price further to the upside and break above the July high at $4,612. And if price can achieve this, then we want to see it continue to move up again and eventually break above the all-time high at $4,818. On the weekly time frame, we can see that the trend filter colors are a mixture of green, gray, and red, indicating prices pulling back. And this pullback came close to the 50 simple moving average. Didn't quite make it here, but did actually find support at this high, which is now resistance. So this is from the January 2023 high price. If you look at the crosshair, price came to this area and found support and started to move back to the upside. And if we go down to the daily time frame, the bars are grey because the price is correcting, and prices below the 50 simple moving average but above the 20 and the 200 simple moving averages. So we had this bounce from the zonal area of support, so the 200 simple moving average at the start of the month. Price then moved up and then went in between the 20 and 50 simple moving averages and then pulled back. So price is now pulled back, and Friday closed just at the 20 simple moving average. So what we want to see now is a bounce from the 20 simple moving average and a move back to the upside. And then we want to see a nice pattern of higher highs and higher lows, where we also see this July high cleared, and then we want to see price move to that all-time high mentioned on the monthly time frame. But overall, the S&P is looking strong. We just need to apply some patience. And if the S&P can show momentum to the upside, once again by moving above the 50 simple moving average at first, then we should see a good number of stocks continue their bullish moves and also break out to create new record highs. So that's the S&P 500. So let's go over to the chart of the day, which is for Netflix. So looking at the monthly time frame to get a bigger picture of price action. Quite a messy looking stock. Price did form this bull trend. If I just look at it from this point here, so 2012, price was around $8. Price since then continued to move to the upside. Quite a bumpy ride along the way, long periods of consolidation, and you can see here deep correction. So here in 2018, deep correction, and price then formed this area of consolidation. So it was a very long waiting period before we saw price continue to move up and create a all-time high at $700. From this all-time high, price dropped suddenly over the next few months and then came down to find support around $160. And from this low, price has now bounced up, moved above the PIV 21 level, and also came above this PIV 21 level at $424. Formed this reversal candle, indecision candle in July, and then since then we started to see a decline in price. So what we want to see now is on the lower time frame, we want to identify areas of support price may fall down to before reversing back to the upside. On the weekly time frame, the bars are red. Price is below the 200 simple moving average, and has also just fallen below this 50 simple moving average, which is still a zonal area of support. So if we see a sharp reversal to the upside, we're likely to see a continuation above levels of resistance here on Netflix on the weekly time frame. So the first level of resistance after the 50 simple moving average would be the 200 simple moving average. Following that, we want to see a breakout of the July high at $484. On the daily time frame, the bars are red. Prices below the 20, 50, and the 200 simple moving averages. Here we can see this from this July high. We can see a pattern of lower lows and lower highs as well. We had this gap down the following day after the peak on July 20th, and that's where we continue to see weakness in this stock. So now that price is below all three moving averages, price is now moving to the downside. If we have a pullback towards this zonal area of resistance and we have a breakdown below support, then we're likely to see a continuation to the downside. So if price does move down, we still want to see whether $300 will help to hold price up. If that doesn't play out, then we could see a bounce from where price currently stands and we could see price move back above the moving averages and continue the long-term bullish move. Because there's a lot of uncertainty and volatility surrounding Netflix stock, the best thing to do right now is to stand aside, because price may well fall down to $300, which could provide a strong buying opportunity around the round number. But what we want to see, because the overall market is still bullish, we're waiting for long opportunities, ideally when price breaks above major levels of resistance. If you enjoyed today's video analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to catch all of our videos, hit that notification icon so that you can catch all of our videos as soon as they are available and uploaded on the platform. See you all on the next video analysis.